Hey, boys and girls! Squee913 here, joined with Inferno Canuck.
Hello.
And welcome to the first book of the Kai Grand Master Saga. The third and final saga for the Lone Wolf Adventures. Where we have become a massive badass. Yay!
Yay.
So, let's get straight into it so that we can get you guys set up on what you need to vote on. The story so far. You are the warrior... Oh, wait, no. That's not the story so far. Let's get to the story so far. Dedication, acknowledgements. The story so far. You are the Grand Master Lone Wolf, last of the Kai Lords of Summerland, and sole survivor of a massacre that wiped out your first order, the first order of your elite warrior caste. It is the year MS 5075, and 25 years have passed since your brave kinsmen perished at the hands of the Dark Lords of Helgadad. These companions of evil, or champions of evil, who...
Companions. Come with me, my companions of evil.
These champions of evil, who were sent forth by Nar, the King of Darkness, to destroy the fertile world of Magdamun, have themselves since been destroyed. You vowed to avenge the murder of the Kai, and then you kept your pledge, for it was you who brought about their downfall, when alone you infiltrated their foul domain, the Darklands, and caused the destruction of their leader, Archlord Nyak. I'm sorry, but that's the last time I'll get to say that name, so...
It's true.
And the core of the cancerous power that was the infernal city of Helgadad. Wait, we destroyed the whole city, too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
it
I
was
guess
like we pretty much launched a magic nuke.
Yeah, alright. In the wake of their destruction, chaos befell the Darkland armies, who until then had been poised to conquer all of northern Magdamund. Some factions, which comprised this huge army, most notably the barbaric Drakarim, began to fight with the others for control. This disorder quickly escalated into all-out civil war, which allowed the freeland armies of Magdamund time in which to recover and launch a counter-offensive. Skillfully, their commanders exploited the chaos and secured a swift and total victory over an enemy far superior in numbers. For 5 years now, peace has reigned in Summerland. Under your direction, the once ruined monastery of the Kai has been thoroughly rebuilt and restored to its former glory. And you have begun the task of training a second order of Kai warriors, so that the skills of proud traditions of your ancestors will be carried forward in the centuries to come. The new generations of Kai recruits, all of whom were born during the era of the war against the Dark Lords, possess latent Kai skills and show exceptional promise. These skills will be nurtured and honed to perfection during their time at the monastery, so that they may teach and inspire future generations, thereby ensuring the continued security of your homeland in future years. This book is about you giving them their basic lessons. This Kai upstart is not paying attention in class. Do you smack him on the head or send him to go chop wood?
Or unleash the summer sword.
Oh God, I'm so sorry, Master Lone Wolf. Your attainment of the rank of Kai Grand Master brought with it great rewards. Some, such as the restoration of the Kai and undying gratitude of your fellow Summerlanding, could have been anticipated. Yet there have been other rewards which you could not have possibly foreseen, like the women. The many, many women. The discovery that within you lay the potential to develop Kai disciplines beyond those of the Magna Kai, which until now were thought to be in the ultimate that the Kai Master could aspire to, was truly a revelation. Your discovery has inspired you to set out upon a new and previously unknown path in search of the wisdom and power that no Kai Lord before you has ever possessed. In the name of your creator, the god Kai, and for the greater glory of Summerland and the goddess Aishur, you have vowed to reach the very pinnacle of Kai perfection, to attain all of the Grand Master disciplines and become the first Kai Supreme Master.
Oh my.
So did you choose that name?
I guess so, you must have. Since you invented the whole, category.
Actually, yeah, I was going to say, actually, they have a name for each rank. Master Senior, Master Superior, Grand Sentinel, Grand Defense. So when I reach this rank, I'm going to call myself the Kai Grand Sentinel.
I'm going to call myself the Kai Uba Master.
You just try and tell me I'm wrong. With diligence and determination, you set about the restoration... wait, did I already do that? Yeah, okay.
Nope.
Of the Kai Monastery and organize their training of the second order recruits. Your efforts were soon rewarded, and within the space of 2 short years, the first raw recruits had graduated to become a cadre of gifted Kai masters, who in turn were able to commence the teaching of their skills to subsequent intakes of Kai novices. Really? Just 2 years? Wow. You must be one hell of a teacher.
Yeah.
Readily, the Kai masters rose to their newfound responsibilities, leaving you free to devote more of your time to the pursuit and perfection of the Grand Master disciplines. During this period, you also received expert tutelage in the ways of magic from two of your most trusted friends and advisors, Guildmaster Baindon, leader of the Brotherhood of the Crystal Star, and Lord Rimora, speaker for the High Council of the Elder Magi. In the deepest subterranean level of the monastery, 100 feet below the Tower of the Sun, you ordered the excavation and construction of a special vault. In this magnificent chamber, wrought of granite and gold, you placed the 7 lore stones of Nixitar, the gems of Kai power that you had recovered during your quests for the Magna Kai. It was here, bathed in the golden light of those radiant gems, that you spent countless hours in pursuit of perfection. Sometimes alone, sometimes in the company of your 2 able advisors, Baindon and Rimora, you worked hard to develop your innate Grand Master disciplines and grasp the fundamental secrets of the left-handed and Old Kingdom magic. During this time, you noticed many remarkable changes taking place within your body. You became physically and mentally stronger, your 5 primary senses sharpened beyond all that you had experienced before, and perhaps most remarkably, your body began to age at a much slower rate. Now, for every 5 years that elapse, you age but 1 year.
Nice.
Sweet! I get to watch everyone I know grow old and die.
Or at least 5 years older.
At this time, many changes were also occurring over beyond the borders of Summerland, in the regions to the northeast of Magador and Macken Gorge. The Elder Magi of Desi and the Herb Wardens of Barotar were working together in an effort to restore the dusty volcanic wasteland to its former fertile state. It was the first tentative step towards the reclamation of all the Darklands. However, although they had had noticeable success in these regions, generally their progress was painfully slow, and both parties were resigned to the fact that their efforts to undo the damage caused by the Dark Lords would take not years but centuries to complete. In the far west, the Dracarum had retired to their homelands and were engaged in a bloody war against the Lincians. Much of the Nyrus had been reclaimed by the armies of King Sarnak and the Lincian commander, and his flag now flew over a land which 2,000 years ago had once been part of Lenincia. Following the destruction of the Dark Lords of Helgadad, the Gaiacs and the most prolific in number of all of Nag's troops fled into the Darklands and sought refuge in the gigantic city fortress of Nazgazad, Anarch, Gurnen, and Kag.
Oh man. And so it begins.
Yes, I know. And Kag, remember that one. That will be important later.
Kag.
Not this book.
Not to be confused with Nag.
Yes. Kag.
Oh god, I've created a monster.
Within each of these hellish strongholds, there exists now a state of frenzied civil war and remnants of Zagash, lesser Dark Lords, and the Nadziranim, evil practitioners of the right-hand magic who once aided individual Dark Lord masters, fight for control. By virtue of their geographic locations and the struggles taking place within them, each of these city fortresses is isolated from the next and poses no immediate threat to the peoples or the free kingdoms. It is widely believed that by the time the Elder Magi and the Herblesh reach the walls of these strongholds, the occupants will have long since brought about their own extinction. Well, hope. We can hope. Elsewhere, throughout northern Magnamund, peace reigns victorious, and the peoples of the free kingdoms rejoice in the knowledge that the aid to the Dark Lords has finally come to an end. Readily, men have exchanged their swords for hoes and their shields for plows, and now the only marching they do is along the roots of freshly furrowed fields. Few are the watchful eyes that scan the distant horizon in fear of what may appear, although there are still those who maintain their vigilance. For the agents of Nar come in many guises, and there are those upon Magnamund who wait quietly in the shadows for their chance to do his evil bidding. Often, over the past 2 years, Lord Rimmer has warned you to be wary of one such group. They are known as the Sinner Druids, and they occupy a small forested realm to the south of the Stornlands called Ruel, which they have made virtually impregnable to invasion through the use of evil herbcraft. Once long ago, after the defeat of Nara's greatest champion, Aragash the Damned, they were used by Nar's agents for revenge. Then they formulated and released a plague that decimated the Elder Magi and left the way open for their conquest of Magnamund. Now, the Elder Magi fear that, as before, Nar will use them again to enact revenge for the defeat of his champions. They fear that they will seek to destroy the Second Order of the Kai before it becomes too strong. For your quest for mastery of the Grand Master disciplines has opened a door to such goodly power that even Nar himself may be unable to conquer it. Unless he closes that door, others of your kind will soon be following in your footsteps. Already, the Elder Magi have petitioned the courts of all the freeland rulers, beseeching them to act immediately and destroy the Syrenese before it is too late. Many of the kingdoms they have visited unwittingly harbored secret sects of Sinar druids who practiced their vile herbcraft, often in remote areas. Summerland was one such land. Only a year ago, a sect of Syrenese was found in the footholds of the Dern Crags, engaging in blood rituals at the site less than a day's ride from the Kai Monastery. News of this prompted action which brought about a scourge of the last lands, and forced many Syrenese sects to flee to the safety of Ruel. These regular armies of three nations, Pylamaran, Lordran, and Sylvia, are now encamped around its border in an attempt to contain the Syrenese threat. They remain watchful, but it is all they can hope to do. The Syrenese are too powerful within their own domain for the Freeland armies to dare launch an invasion. One such attempt has already ended in disaster. 6 months ago, the allied force numbering 7,000 men entered the forest of Ruel, intent on storming the Syrenese fortress of Murgarth and razing it to the ground. 7,000 men went in the forest. Only 70 returned alive.
Oh my.
What? They could try again.
Jeez, try again.
That's only like 97% of your force.
All they have to do is just flip back the previous page and try again.
Just don't unleash the summer sword too early.
No.
Despite the vigilance of the three Freeland armies, the containment of the Syrenese threat within Ruel has not been entirely successful. To the south, the Syrenese can enter and leave their realm by means of tunnels which honeycomb the Skaurador Mountains. These secret passages emerge in the free state of Kuron at the northern edge of the Root Strangle Swamp, which in due course drains into the Titarius, a great waterway which divides the northern and southern continents of Magnamund.
Okay.
Once access to the Tintarius has been achieved, the Syrenese are virtually free to sail to any port or country of their choosing. Charon is helpless to prevent the Syrenese from using this route through their land. They are a poor nation with few resources, and the Root Strangle Swamp is one of the most difficult places to patrol. It comprises a constantly shifting morass of mudflats and rotten vegetation, inhabited only by the Tzgargs. Wait, how do you pronounce TZ?
Yeah, just for, yeah, or just, I think the T is silent, so it's just Zargs.
Yeah, let's go with that. Zargs. A carnivorous race of frog-like animals originally bred by the Syrenese for the sole purpose of guiding them through the swamp's ever-shifting channels. On Midsummer's Day, Lord Rimera arrives at the monastery without, as was customary on such occasions, any forewarning of his visit. His unexpected appearance surprised the other Kai and caused them to speculate in whispers about the reasons for his journey. Yet his coming was of no surprise to you. For days you have experienced a feeling of unease and presentiment? Sure. That your orderly life at the monastery was about to undergo a dramatic change. Rimera brought with him a glass phial of pale green liquid, a liquid that was proof positive that the Syrenese were indeed preparing to enact Nar's revenge upon the free kingdoms of Magnamund. The phial had been found among the possessions of a Syrenese druid who had been caught in the city of Ragadorn after having been followed there by a watchful herb warden from Borotar. Under interrogation, the Syrenese revealed that he had been sent to Ragadorn by the archdruid Kadak, the ruler of Ruel, to distribute the phials of its liquids to agents sympathetic to the Syrenese cause. The herb warden had sent the phial to Desi, where the Elder Magi, upon analyzing the liquid, discovered it to be a powerful vaccine against a new and complex plague virus. Judging by the composition of the vaccine, this plague virus would prove to be several times more lethal than the Great Plague that had devastated their race thousands of years ago. The Cyrenaer succeeded in taking his own life before he revealed further details, but judging from the evidence in their possession, the Elder Magi were convinced that the Cyrenaes are getting ready to unleash an airborne plague virus that could kill all of the living creatures in Magnamon, save those who had ingested the vaccine.
Oh, jeez.
Terrorists. Yes.
Terrorism.
Biological warfare. Rimmeror informs you that the Elder Magi are unable to replicate the vaccine in huge quantities. If even they were able to distribute it to every living creature on Magnamon, would be an impossible task. The Herb Wardens are sure that the Cyrenaer have found in Ragadorn was that the Cyrenaer they found in Ragadorn was one of the first of those sent out of Margareth to distribute the vaccine. Says Rimmeror, his voice uncharacteristically somber. Therefore, we must act quickly if we are to destroy the virus before Kadak is ready to release it into the atmosphere. Someone must enter Mulgarath. They must find and destroy the plague virus, and they must ensure this evil work can never again be resumed. For a long moment you stood in silence, staring into Rimmeror's unblinking eyes. Then, with a nod of your head, you acknowledged that what had to be done. Only a Kai Grandmaster possesses a skill and experience that would be essential to the success of the vital mission. And there is only one Kai Grandmaster.
His name is Charlie, and he's right over there.
Really? So it wouldn't up your chances if
I thought we were Kai Supreme Master now.
No. Kai Grandmaster is
the rank.
You're trying to become the Kai Supreme Master.
Oh, I see. That's what we're going for.
But you have other people who are at least Kai Grandmasters. Wouldn't it help your chances if you just took a couple of... No? Just you?
I guess not. They're busy.
Wow, wasn't that a long introduction?
I was about to say, good bit of reading there, Squee.
A little bit. All right, we all know the game rules. There is...
No, I want you to read everything.
Oh, God, no. There are some major differences, though, that we haven't had to deal with before. For 5 years, ever since the demise of the Dark Lords of Helgadad, you have devoted yourself to developing further your fighting, combat skill, and physical stamina. Before you begin your Grand Master adventure, you need to measure how effective your training has been. To do this, pick a number on the random number table. If you pick 0, it counts as 0. The first number you pick is your combat skill. Add 25 to that number you have picked, and write the total of combat skill in your action chart. Before, it was add 10.
Gotcha.
So, quite a big... And we are going to do that, so...
Okay.
For random number table, come on, 9. Oh, 7.
7's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
You could have got a 0.
That's true, I could have. Thank you, random number table. So, we're changing
Considering
this.
how fickle it's been, I think 7's pretty damn good.
So 25 plus 7, so we have 32, right?
Yes.
32 plus 23. Hang on, no, wait, hang on.
We don't have any of these things anymore, I don't
We're a
think.
Grandmaster.
Would we still have, like, this sword of Kagan's skull?
We would still have all that, but we wouldn't have the lore circles.
Oh, okay.
Hello? We don't have the lore circle. Let me uncheck all these. Unless there's a footnote that says you keep them, but I never saw that, so... There we go. So, plus 16, which is weapon skill plus 2. What? Weapon skill plus 2. Let me uncheck these.
Oh? They don't stack, eh?
No, they don't. Otherwise, it would be way unfair. Alright. So, Silver Helm Shield, Sword of Kraken's Skull. No.
Yep.
Yeah, but I'm not
So
supposed to have it all the time. So, we know what this does. Because it's automatically adding it.
Okay.
It shouldn't be. This is more right. The Silver Helm, the Shield, the Vest, and the Bracers.
Alright.
So right now we're at a combat skill of 41, and then of course we have the Summer Sword, which could add an additional 8 if we needed it. Whoa, my!
And an evil sword.
And an evil sword if we also need that. However, I don't think there's any more Dark Lords, so it'll add plus 5 still. All right, and then for our endurance, we pick a number and then add 30 to it.
Cool.
Random number 5, so 35.
Okay. Average? Nothing wrong with average?
No, 35. And the 4 is from what? The padded leather, the bronze vest, and the silver bracers. That makes sense.
Okay.
So we have an endurance of 39, combat skill of 41. So that has actually changed since last time. Everything else, you guys already know how to... If you successfully completed any of the previous adventures in the level series, you carry your current scores. Oh, you can carry your current scores.
Oh.
Oh, these scores may include the lore circle bonuses. You may also benefit from disciplines you have mastered, i.e. weapon mastery, curing, and size surge bonuses? Wait,
Yep.
what? The discipline bonuses mentioned do not affect your permanent scores. If you have completed previous adventures, the disciplines that you have mastered may still be beneficial. See... Wait. If you've completed previous adventures, the disciplines that you have mastered may still be beneficial. Now, I think what it's saying is... Obviously, like, I could still use Psi Surge if I wanted to. But it said weapon skill, but you don't add +2. Because here's the thing. Because if you choose the Kai Grandmaster, it's like a +5. And it's not +2 +3 +5. I think what it's saying is that you used to be at a +3 with this weapon, but your Kai Master has upped it to +5.
No, you'd have to look it up online to be sure.
For the time being, we're going to go by that unless it says differently. But wait, it says... Hang on. However, if we can keep our lore circles and stuff, maybe it's better than re-rolling?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, now here's what I'm curious about. If you've successfully completed the previous adventures in the Lone Wolf series, you can carry over your current scores of combat skills, endurance points over to Book 13. These scores may include lore circle bonuses. You may also benefit from disciplines you have mastered. You know what? It makes sense. I'm going to ask this because, okay, originally what it was combat skill 18 plus 18, which is not the same as what I had. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know what? Let's keep checking these. Okay, so it was 18, so it's 36 instead of 41. However, I have been training, so my combat skills should be technically higher in the past 5 years, right?
Yes.
What if I, because if you do the Magna Chi series, you pick a number and add 10. In this one, you pick a number and add 25. What if we just add that extra 15? Or do you think that's too much?
I think that's up to your viewers, actually, to tell you the truth. I think you should either... Personally, though, I think you should either continue from where you left off, like it said, or like at least roll a new combat thing and a new endurance points. Let's
just roll the new combat and new endurance points. Because the thing is, yeah, even if we kept our original
you would
score,
still have those, though, wouldn't you? I still don't understand why you're unchecking all that.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, well, let's go with that. We'll roll the new one, but we still have all these.
Yeah, because you do. Yeah.
I just didn't know they stacked. All right, so our combat skill was 37? 32.
32.
Plus 18, so we're at 50.
Yeah.
Plus 18 because lore circle, weapon mastery.
Now you're gonna not have some of these things because later on, just in the book, it says you can only carry certain weapons over and certain items over, and you won't have the silver helm.
Yes, you will.
Was that one of them? That
yeah, you keep all your special items.
Oh well, okay. Well, just keep reading, but we'll worry about that first.
Yeah, because I think 50 is a bit high, honestly.
Well, that thing that we fought was 50, and he was pretty tough.
Well,
pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. But the truth, well, we'll see. We'll see what the.
A 32 base is pretty decent.
Yeah. All right. I'm thinking maybe uncheck the lore circles.
Do whatever you think.
Let's do. If we just do that. That. Yeah, that adds 13. That takes out the lore. Oh wait. Lore circle fire, which is. That gives us a combat skill of 44, which is still pretty darn good.
Listen, look at the base. The base is where it should be for like if you were starting a new character. That's exactly like where it would be.
32.
Right? So you're on par with that. You're cool.
Yeah. So let's do that. Let's stick with this. We keep the hunt mastery, the weapon mastery and all that stuff, but we don't get the Magna Chi skills. So we're at a 44 combat skill. Sure. Sound like a plan? Because we'll get pluses to this as well if someone chooses like Grand Mastery.
Okay. And if anyone knows this for sure, feel free to let us know, because it sounds like we're still just kind of fumbling in the dark a little bit. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. If someone does know, let us know. Because, yeah, you can get bonuses for Weapon Mastery. You can get bonuses for Kai Surge if you choose that. So we can raise 44 up even higher. Plus we have, the Sword of Kragon Skull, which could raise it another 5. We have the Summer Sword if we need that, which raises it 8.
Yeah.
So.
Anyways, but now, when you minimize that, you'll see, if you scroll down just a little bit more, only the following special items may be carried over to the
Grand Saga, right.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, there is a silver helm there.
Yeah, the Crystal Pendant, Summer Sword, Silver Helm, Dagger of Ashna, Silver Bracers, Jeweled Mace, Silver Bow of Duodon, Helgadash, which is a sword we have, and then the Calgonite Chainmail and the special scabbard for your sword.
Okay, but we don't. Let's look in the thing. I think the Bronin Vest or whatever it's called, we can't have anymore. The Fire Sphere we can't have anymore.
Really?
Padded Leather we can't have anymore.
Oh wow, the Bronin Vase we don't get anymore. You're right.
Well, so, like I said, it kind of balances out.
Okay, you're right. So let's go ahead and keep the lower circles. Oh, so undecided I am.
Yeah, it makes sense that because it said just before, it's like you can keep everything that you had before, and continue on, and yeah. Right. So we don't get the Bronin Vest, no Fire Sphere, no padded leather. No quiver, I guess. You can buy one, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, was it platinum? I know the silver braces. There's no platinum. I know the silver braces were.
Yeah.
And the sword was.
Let's move all this stuff up here so that we can keep and the silver bow.
And we can have up to 10 special items all at once now. 12? Oh wow.
Yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 12.
Oh, I think it's. I think. They said you can have up to 10 items in your backpack now. I guess we don't have our pipe and our smoke anymore. We'll just pretend he smoked it within the years.
Actually,
of him
we're going to say we have
nothing
out. Because it's been 5 years.
Right. Oh, yeah, good point.
Alright, yeah. So, okay, we'll do that. So, we're still at... Wait, why are we still at 50? I don't have that vest
Yeah, why
anymore.
are you at plus 18 now?
Silver Bracers, Dagger of Vashna? Plus
Big
3?
B. Oh, why do you have that?
Yeah,
Maybe
Dagger of Vashna doesn't give you plus 3. Oh, because it's in the spot that I had the vest.
Oh no, you gotta change all that.
Yeah, hang on, let's make sure that this stuff... Okay, that does plus 2. That does plus 2. Why do I have 2 swords?
You have 2 swords of Carcassonne.
Right, Silver Bracers go here.
Yeah, you gotta make sure all these bonuses match up.
Oh, the Silver Bracers were what? They were 2 and 1. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, what did I just... What did I do?
You went back. Okay, well that's good though. Somehow you got back, but that's good because this is where you were before. So.
Right,
this
so
is
we have
exactly where you were before. So.
No sword.
Before you copy and paste, make sure you know what the bonuses are.
Right. No platinum amulet, no quiver. Silver bow. I know it's just plus 3, so... Oh, actually. Summer sword. Okay, silver bracers. Let's put the silver bow here. Okay, we'll keep that way. And then, so summer sword...
plus 3, though.
Yeah. Okay, so we figured it out. We pretty much fixed everything we needed to, guys.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We erased all our backpack items. We figured it's been 5 years. We don't have any of those anymore. We erased all the special items we don't have anymore. We kept, like the book told us to, we kept all our skills and the bonuses, like the Magna Chi circles bonuses we got. So right now we have 32 plus 15 equals a combat skill of 47, which is still pretty darn high, guys. So... we should be fine. And then, of course, you add on to that, we could use the Sword of Kraken Skull if we have to, the Summer Sword. And we have a endurance of 49. So we're good. But we should be. We've worked hard.
We'd be more. Yeah, we'd be pretty darn good, yeah. We're pretty OP.
So now it's time to go to the Grand Master of Disciplines, where you guys get to vote on what we need. This is just a a quick covering of what the old disciplines are that we all know and have. And now let's go to the new ones. And now on this book, we get to choose 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a vote up, and you get to vote for 4 of them. And then we're going to pick the top 4. All right, everyone? So listen closely. Grand Weapon Mastery. This discipline enables the Grand Master to become supremely efficient with the use of all weapons. When you enter combat with one of the Grand Master weapons, you add 5 points to your combat skill. The rank of Grand Master Defender, which is what you begin at the Grand Master series, means you are skilled in 2 of the weapons listed below. Hang on, there's a footnote. Footnote 2. The rules of the book in the Magna Chi series and the fact that the rank of Kai Grand Defender means you are skilled in 2 weapons imply that for each book that you complete of the Grand Master series 16 through 20, you will gain mastery of an additional Kai weapon. I.e., if you've completed the Plague Lords of Ruel and have the Grand Master... Okay. So basically it's saying that every time we advance a book, we get a new weapon we're mastered at, if you choose this skill. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to let you... We're going to have 2 votes up so far. One will be for the disciplines, and another one will be, if we choose weapon mastery, what 2 swords or what 2 weapons are we skilled at? Alright? And of course you have spear, bow, dagger, quarterstaff, mace, broadsword, short sword, axe, warhammer, and sword. And also, just like last time, if you choose Grand Weapon Mastery with a bow, it'll add 3 points to the whatever random number you choose. So, we don't get that unless you choose it. Just to keep that in mind of everyone. So, just saying, bow might be helpful. Just putting that out there. If you want weapon.
So
weapon mastery.
That would stack with, like, say, your silver bow?
Yes.
So if you got sword, would that stack with your summer sword?
Yes. Well, technically, yeah. You would have your +5 and then your +8.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. And summer sword counts as any sword weapon, which means sword, broadsword, or short sword.
Really? It says that?
It said that in book 2 when you got it, thankfully.
Huh.
All right.
Okay, cool.
Animal Mastery. Grand Masters have considerable control over hostile, non-sentient creatures. Also, they have the ability to converse with birds and fishes and use them as guides. Advanced Deliverance, which is advanced curing. Grand Masters are able to use their healing power to repair serious battle wounds. If, whilst in combat, their combat skill... I think it's combat endurance, is reduced to 8 points or less, they can draw upon their mastery to restore 20 endurance points. This ability can only be used once every 20 days, so generally once every adventure. And even though, and I know people might point this out, even though it was meant as a hidden Easter egg, it didn't say you can use your previous curing ability to cure your points 1 per numbered section. Joe Dever made it a hidden Easter egg so that if you'd read the previous books you would know to do this. If you didn't, you wouldn't. But we're not going to do this because it's overpowered. You guys have seen time and time again, and we've gone through entire adventures almost at full endurance points because of that ability. And to add some sort of an extra challenge to this, we will not use that healing ability anymore. So, if you don't give us Deliverance, we will not have any healing abilities. I mean, we can still use our previous ones to, when the book says to help heal someone or something like that. Yeah. But this makes Deliverance all that much more important because otherwise you could just say, well, we're healing anyway, so. Yeah. So, just keep that in mind. There's no more healing every numbered section.
Unless you use potions and then you can heal up and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah. Right. A Semblance, which is advanced invisibility. Grandmasters are able to effect striking changes to their physical appearance and maintain these changes over a period of a few days. They have also mastered advanced camouflage techniques that make them virtually undetectable in open landscape. Grand Hunt Mastery. Grandmasters are able to see in total darkness and have greatly heightened senses and touch and taste. Grand's Passmanship. Grandmasters are able to resist entrapment by hostile plants, because that happens a lot.
And you say it doesn't happen, and then the book's like, fucking everything's gonna get you.
Everything's a hostile plant now. And have a super awareness of ambush, or the threat of ambush in woods and dense forests. Kai Surge. When using their psychic ability to attack an enemy, Grandmasters may add 8 points to their combat skill for every round in which Kai Surge is used. Grandmasters need only deduct 1 endurance point. When using the weaker psychic attack Mind Blast, they may add 4 points without loss of endurance points. Kai Surge and Psi Surge and Mind Blast cannot be used simultaneously. Wait.
There is no science surge anymore, but yeah, whatever. They're just saying you can't use it all at the exact same time.
Right, but
so
it's...
you can't stack them.
Well, and they're also saying that, like, the Psi Surge is still there, but it's kind of pointless, because Psi Surge was 4 points for 2 points lost. Chi Surge
Yeah,
is...
you've gone beyond.
So let's just say we
beyond
either
that.
can use Mind Blast or Chi Surge.
Or Chi Surge, exactly.
And even if we don't get Chi Surge, we can still use Mind Blast, because we have that one.
Psi Surge, you mean?
No, if we don't have... Even if they don't pick Chi Surge, we can still use Mind Blast.
Yeah, but couldn't you also use Psi Surge as well, because you train that too?
I suppose you can get that extra... Well, no, because there's no difference, because they're saying Mind Blast now adds 4 points.
Only if you take that Chi Surge thing.
Okay, yeah. So that's what we'll do. If we don't have it, we can use Mind Blast, which adds +2, or Psi Surge, which adds +4 at the loss of -2. Got it.
There we go.
Kai Screen. In Psychic Combat, Grandmasters are able to construct mind fortresses capable of protecting themselves and others. The strength and capacity of these fortresses increase as a Grandmaster advances in rank. Grand Nexus. Grandmasters are able to withstand contact with harmful elements such as flames and acids for upwards to an hour in duration. This ability increases as the Grandmaster advances in rank. Telegonosis. Telenosis. Advanced Divination. This discipline enables the Grandmaster to spirit walk for far greater lengths of time and with far fewer ill effects. Duration and the protection of the inanimate body increases as the Grandmaster rises in rank. Now here are 2 completely new ones. Magi Magic. Under the tutelage of Lord Remura, you have been able to master the rudimentary skills of battle magic as taught to the Vaqueros, the native warriors of Desi. As you advance in rank, so will the knowledge and mastery of the Old Kingdom magic increase. Kai Alchemy. Under the tutelage of Guildmaster Baindon, you have mastered the elementary spells of left-handed magic, as practiced by the Brotherhood of the Crystal Star. As you advance in rank, so too will your knowledge and mastery of the left-handed magic increase, enabling you to craft new Kai weapons and artifacts.
Ooh.
Now, let's see, if you have successfully completed the mission sets in this book, the first, you can add... What? Oh, okay, I was just saying you can add an extra one when you do the next book. For every grand discipline for every Grandmaster discipline you possess in excess of the original 4 disciplines you begin with, you may add 1 point to your basic combat skill and 2 points to your basic endurance score. These bonus points together with your Kai extra Grandmaster discipline, over your 4 Grandmaster disciplines, and any special items you have found can be... Okay, so basically they've gotten rid of the lore circles and stuff, so now you don't have to worry about, oh, I should get this and this to get this lore circle. You can choose any disciplines you want, and as we advance in book, we will just advance 1 for our combat skill and 2 for our endurance. For every book we complete. So now you can choose any skill to your heart's content without worrying about what lore circle it's connected to. Okay, folks? Next, we're on to equipment. Before you leave the monastery, you begin your long journey to the Dark lands of Palimuron. You take a map of the Dark Realm of Ruel, which is this map right here.
Ooh.
Yay!
Yay, indeed.
Let me push this back. Okay. And a pouch of gold. To find out how much gold is in, pick a number on the random number table and add 20. Now, so we're not going to say we've kept the same gold for 5 years, so we have 21. Yay.
No, Kika.
Love you, random number table. Love you so much.
We have 1 more crown than what we ended with.
Yay. Okay, you can take 5 items from the list below. Again, adding these if necessary to any you already possess from previous adventures. That we could still keep, of course. Remember, they're still limited to 2 weapons, but you now carry a maximum of 10 backpack items. And this is going to be funny, because I'm going to let you guys vote on this too, and it'll be so funny if they choose Weapon Mastery plus Axe and Sword. You know, like they don't take it. But, okay, we're going to put up a vote for this too. Normally, I don't do equipment, generally because since we're doing previous books, we don't need half this stuff. Yeah. But now we will need it. So, we have Sword, Bow. We don't need a bow. We have a silver bow. Quiver, we'll need that. if you want. Axe, 4 meals. Now, even though the Hunt Mastery still makes it so that we don't need meals, we can hunt for our own food, there are still times, especially with my house rules, where you will need to eat a meal. Rope, a potion of Lamsfer, which increases 4 endurance points, a spear, a dagger. So those are the items that you can choose from. I'll have a list for this too, and you can choose 5. So you guys have a lot to vote on this time. Yay! Good for you. Rules for combat, we all know that by now. Alright, and then levels of Kai Mastery Discipline. Improve Kai Mastery Disciplines. We'll worry about those in later books. And the Grandmaster Wisdom. Your mission to enter the Serenity stronghold of Morgoth and destroy the deadly plague virus will be fraught with deadly danger. Be wary and on your guard at all times, for the inhabitants of Ruel are sworn enemies of the gods Kai and Aesir. Some of the things you find during your mission will be of use to you in this and future Lone Wolf books, while others may have red herrings with no value at all. So try to be selective of what you keep. Choose the 4 Grandmaster Disciplines with care, for a wise choice will enable the any player to complete this quest, no matter what their initial combat skill and endurance scores may be. Yay! Okay, this is just, do good. So, folks, that's it. Get to voting, and choose well, because poor Inferno has to live with whatever you choose.
It's true. It's very true.
All right, everyone. We'll see you in a week after the voting. Bye!